Yo, what's going on? We are back with, we don't know what to call this. Maybe that's what we should call it. We don't know what to call this. That might actually be the actual title for this. The We Don't Know What to Call This podcast.
I mean, not a lot of people are watching it right now, but at some point you could probably just like put some stuff in the comments and be like, yeah, what should we call this? And then let that be the thing.
Yeah, so this is the second one that we are doing where we kind of talking a little bit about pop culture.
Just call it the pilot.
Yeah, so it's sort of a new podcast series we're trying out, and the idea is
piloting. We're piloting.
Piloting. That's right. That's a better word for it. And sort of the general vibe of it is each of us come in with something that's happening in the culture right now, whether it's an area of art or music or film or sort of anything that's sort of out there in the ether, as you put it, James. And each of us sort of have a take on it, and then we sort of talk about it with three of us. The idea is it's a little bit lighter take, but obviously we're coming to this as the guys that we are, with the beliefs and convictions that we do. I think we just wanted to capture some of what we do just naturally when we're, before we start recording official On Silent Church podcast stuff, or we're just in one of our offices. We thought it would be sort of fun to kind of to record some of this and see if people like it. So that's you let us know what you think.
So we got some takes today on this episode. James,
I'm going first.
Yeah, you go first.
Oh, okay.
That's I don't know.
Just random.
Switch it up.
We just picked it up. Okay, so last time we did this, Jay-Z was on this sort of tour, this interview tour. He did another one with the New York Times.
He did
after that GQ interview. And I had seen some people even talk about that because he mentioned the clips and like how their music was more authentic. And sometimes people they come of age or they get to a certain age, but they still trying to live this young life. And he like,
that's not you anymore.
Yeah, you can't like outrun the future or something like that. He's like, you can't, you just can't fake it. So he was kind of speaking to authenticity. I saw a take from a guy who was like, Jay-Z is not the arbiter of real and fakeness. It's like what what is that?
Okay.
So that's besides the point. But something that he did say in that GQ interview, which we mentioned last time, was the idea around I'm use an SAT word, efficacy, like the value, the worth of battling. Is battling still good for hip hop? Right. And at that time he was talking about, it was sort of him looking at the Drake and Kendrick beef. And I wonder if when he said battling, he really meant like battling that leads to beef, right? So that was out there, right? He knew that was a take. Even when he was saying, he was like, man, I don't even know, like, I feel weird about even saying it, like, but I don't know if it's really, really good for the culture anymore. And people had their, opinions about that. Come, I think maybe a month or two later, and there's this,
recent.
There's his picnic this past, there's a picnic recently that happened in Philly.
Big festival,
called the Roots Picnic. Big festival, bunch of artists there. Jay-Z's the headliner. And there's a point where Jay-Z goes on freestyle and seems to start a rat-tat-tat everybody. he just pulled out the gat and was like, all right, I've heard y'all talking. Let me respond.
So who'd you go after?
I know Drake was one, talking about the jig is up. So he was like, okay, well, let's talk about that. He was talking about like
Dame Dash,
people's teeth. He was talking about,
because Dame Dash, his teeth fell out.
So he was saying, and
the history between Jay and Dame, with Rockefeller and the BET.
Exactly.
Well, you want to explain that quick for people who don't know?
Well, I mean, Rockefeller Records, one of the iconic and classic record labels of all time. Dame Dash, Jay-Z, and Biggs,
co-founded.
They all three were co-founders of Rockefeller Records. They signed Kanye, they signed Dipset, they signed all these different artists. And they came in together, and then Rockefeller broke up. They split apart. Dame has a narrative of why it broke up. Jay-Z has a narrative. And so,
apparently,
so there's this thing, this issue that they've had
for years now.
For decades.
I
think decades now.
Yeah.
So Jay-Z is going to become a multi-billionaire. He's 2.5 billion.
I think he's over 2 now.
Yeah, multi-billionaire. Wow. Dame Dash is.
That's what my take is about. It's more like Jay-Z's sort of like rise, and
Dame Dash isn't done as well.
And Dame Dash is
nowhere near as well.
Not in that type of.
He's not in that stratosphere.
He's not in that stratosphere.
He's probably making some money. I don't know from where, but he's done some things. He had like that reality TV show.
Yeah, he's got
At
his
one
own
point.
Dash Network or something like that.
Yeah, he's got stuff that's
But
going
he's still,
on. Yeah.
but he's not multi-billionaire.
He ain't.
So people will look at it and be like, well, Jay-Z. So anyways, that's kind of the history.
Okay.
But Jay, he came at Dame. And here's the thing. I know this is your take. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is your take. But Jay doesn't really respond the way he did at the picnic. That's like years and years ago. He's
Tell
normally
me more about that.
like when he responds to hip hop beef, right? It's not as direct as he did with
At the picnic.
Interesting.
Interesting.
He's normally at this
Yeah.
like he's
It's subliminal. It's like subtweeting.
Either doesn't respond at all,
Mm-hmm.
or it's super
Light
like,
reference.
subliminal. So the fact that he did that is like
At least not.
Is it-
He used to be more aggressive, right?
that's what I'm saying now. Used to,
But for
with Jay-Z
years,
and Nas, that like yes,
Yeah, yeah.
but now,
but yeah, for more, yeah,
so that's what I was like.
for a long time
is
now,
it-
he's been sort
did
of
he,
like,
did it hit a nerve or something, or is he
Yeah.
just like I'm tired of it? You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, so that's really the question. He's on a GQ interview. He's like, I don't know if beef is good for the culture. I know he's got a tour coming up or some sort of. He's got some
The
stuff.
Yankee Stadium joint,
Yeah, he's got something coming
July.
up where he's going to be performing, and now sometimes people are like, oh well, is it publicity? Is it a tactic to like you generate a bunch of attention? Everybody's talking about you. That's free press.
Yeah.
And now everybody's gonna be like checking for like what's Jay-Z got next.
Yeah.
The fact that he like performed a bunch. I mean, again, Jay-Z's got hit after hit after hit after hit. So he's like,
so do you have a take on that? What's your instinct on that?
was Jay-Z inconsistent?
Okay.
And like was Jay-Z inconsistent to say battling isn't good, but then respond the way that he did? And my thought is, or at least the question I would ask was, does Jay-Z see that as battling, or is it just a response? He's been quiet for however long people have been saying things about him or subliminally talking about him. Then Drake does this, and maybe it's just like, okay, well, at that height, let me just, Kendrick's like, sometimes you got to pop up and pop out and show dudes sometimes. So maybe Jay-Z was like, man, let me just pop out and show sometimes just to
I still got it.
just to like make sure y'all understand that Hov is Hov, which is what he said. He's like, look, man, all y'all is my sons. Like, let's just like not forget.
Yeah.
Like all y'all been looking up to me. I ain't never looked up to y'all.
Yeah.
Like let's just
he
correct
did
this.
say that. That's a bar.
Let's just correct this
That's
real
a bar.
quick. Just while all y'all out here thinking that
With
y'all
the afro, he had the afro out when he was
he
doing
picked it
too.
out, apparently that he used like it's Beyonce's product called Sacred, but it's like spelled like in like
okay.
this French way. It's
Right.
it's interesting. But yeah, so he came out and was
He
just like
basically said, "I'm him." Like let's.
he said, I am him, I've been him.
Y'all know I'm
Side
him.
note, I feel like I want to make a shirt that says I'm him, and then remember when Jesus was like, before Abraham was, I am. I feel like that was Jesus being like, I'm him. Anyways, so I should be
Don't
like,
put it out there. You don't want someone to steal your idea.
I'm him. Quote Jesus, and then be like, and then
I like that. I'm with
I
it.
feel like that's a joint. Anyways, so Jay-Z's like, let me just make sure I know. Let me pop out and show y'all real quick. But was Jay-Z inconsistent in doing that? Is
Yeah.
really the question.
So my response to that is almost, I don't know if both can be true, which is to say that, yeah, I think he kind of, and this happens every so often. You're just like, let me show. I was going to say something. Let me show these guys. I don't want to use that word. Let me show these guys like what.
Young
N-words.
Yeah, yeah,
Young pups.
yeah. These young pups, these young black men,
Young lads.
what's
Young
up,
fellas.
right? And I feel this sometimes where I'm like, Marcel, my oldest son, is like, I think I'm faster than you. I'm like, I still got it. Let's do this right now.
Yeah, stop
right?
playing with me.
The guy, stop playing with me, right? And so normally I just like ignore that, right?
Sometimes you
But
gotta pop
sometimes-
out and show these boys.
So I
That's
think that's true, but he is a ruthless businessman. Like he is, in terms of like his ability to sort of see a market and move into it and to identify what needs to be done. Like the way he's run the Super Bowl for years now, and just even like he's almost like cold blooded about it. Like it's like, this makes money, I'll do it. I mean, there's some artists he's picked that people push back on, and he's like, well, this is.
I'm not a businessman.
Yeah.
I'm a business.
So like,
man.
I
He
don't
is
think
stoic about it.
he's
Calculated.
stoic and calculated
That's what
by
he
what he
said.
does and how he moves, et cetera. I think that's why he was able to achieve what he's achieved. And the criticism sometimes of people he aligns himself with. Yeah, that's what it was. It was the fact that he aligned himself with the NFL During
Got a lot of heat.
he did that when he sort of took over the halftime thing. I was trying to remember what the critique was when he took over the halftime show and planning the music. That was right around when Colin Kaepernick was doing his thing,
That's right.
and a lot of people were saying like, "What you're
Boycott the NFL.
You should be boycotting NFL. You're not for us." And guess what? He's still doing what he's doing. He spoke about it, but in the end, he's like, "This makes good business."
I don't think.
And so anyway, I'm saying like, there's a side of me that says I do think, I think he's got. You look at his history, like he has no problem going after people. He used to at least, and I think this awakened something in him. He's like, I just got to show something here, but also. This is good publicity. It's brought and especially he's an older guy. If he's going on tour,
keeps him relevant.
Keeps him. Yeah. Well, I think the one thing he realizes is you have to reinvent yourself all the time. And so the best way for him to reinvent himself is not to act like he's still the young drug dealer right out there. He can't rap like that. But him saying, reinventing himself is just like, hey, people always go after the king. And I want to show you what happens when you go after the king. The king's not yet ready to retire. That's a good narrative. That's a good yeah, that's interesting, right? If you think about it,
it's a fit. Yeah,
that's a take.
I think him being as high as he is and having achieved what he's achieved, again, when someone like Drake, in particular.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So if someone
what do you mean? Why do you say in particular?
Well, because I'm gonna say
explain Drake.
So when Drake is trying to come at Jay-Z, and in that sort of like sphere of language and talk, he's talking about like getting bees on the table. It's like Jay-Z been there and Beyonce. So they got more bees on the table already. It's almost like Drake's trying to come at him as he's chasing him. He's just like, bro, my number's been up and they still higher and you're still chasing. You know what I mean? So that kind of like response back and forth is like, hey man, like again, it's like your son being like, oh man, I feel like I got you. I feel like I can take you now. He's like,
not yet.
Hey man, let me just, my boys are young. By the time they I'm going to be older when they get into their teenage years. I'm still going to be putting in work. I will dunk on the boys. Like whenever they think they can do whatever, I'm be like, okay, let's just see.
That's some of my proudest moments.
I'm a shake.
My kids.
I'm a shake and bake, make them stumble and smash. Like it's just going, and then
wifey's not going to like that though.
Don't matter.
Don't matter. Gotta learn them.
Because sometimes you need that lesson. And while Drake is like, again, trying to chase his billions, and I think the idea is like there might be some conversation with the private equity firm that might be offering him billions.
$2 billion allegedly.
And I think the line in Jay-Z's freestyle is like, yo, there's perpetuity in your contract. You a worker. It don't matter how much that contract was worth. It's still golden handcuffs. You might get $2 billion, but you got to put in that work. He goes, not me.
Yeah.
So it's just like you might be a rich slave, but you still a slave. I'm free. I own the kingdom. I'm running the thing. Like, and I think what people, just to address the Super Bowl thing, I think sometimes people misunderstand that defeating the beast happens from multiple angles: the bottom, the top, the side, in and out. Like it isn't just one core. People look at what like MLK was doing and Malcolm, but there are so many people that you don't know that were the strategists who were giving MLK the ideas, helping him sort of like be at the right place at the right time, make sure the cameras were specifically showing specific things so that people could see what was going on. And that still doesn't go to like all the conversations that were happening, for people like James Baldwin, Belafonte, the athletes. Like it was coming from so many different places. So from Jay-Z's perspective, he's like, just to bring clarity to that, him partnering with the NFL, there's a lot of money involved. He's like, yes, but he's like, well, like, don't forget, again, y'all can say I'm gonna sell out if you want, but none of y'all stop watching the Super Bowl.
And actually, you mean, to your point, from working from the inside, I mean, look at the people he's brought in to do Super Bowl in terms of the diversity of it. And then even, this last with Bad Bunny, him bringing him in very much,
Global.
I think that's very much a Jay-Z, I think, Jay-Z certainly is very much involved in doing that, and the NFL obviously wanted it as well. But you think about the sort of people who they used to bring in, and sort of the broadening of people who you could, there's an argument to be made there.
And I say all that to say, and this goes to the idea of like, was he inconsistent, or how did he consider it? And I think because Jay-Z moves so calculated, I think there could be the sense of like, let me just pop out and show these little dudes real quick. I think there's another side where it's like Jay-Z does tend to, again, real G's move in silence. I think there's some
Like
moves.
lasagna.
I think there's some other things happening that Jay-Z understands. When you're playing a long-term game, like when you're doing things for the long term, every step sometimes steps look like they're going backwards when it's like, nah, in the long term, like people don't really understand the idea of compounding. It's like you get exponential returns when you make the right move every single time over a very, very long period of time. Again, we're talking decades. Look where Dame Dash is. Look where Jay-Z is. And that was one of the things I said in this post is like, I think Jay-Z's big flex is that he could stand on the stage like that and just hold up a mirror and be like, look at your life and look at mine. And just let the evidence speak for itself. He don't got to say a whole lot. He did say a whole lot. But he doesn't have to say a whole lot. He could just hold up the mirror and be like, let me just show you.
Yeah.
So it ain't really a diss. It's like, no, this.
Has Dame Dash said something about him recently, or just brought it up?
You can get the context. I know you waiting. So like, go ahead.
My take is Jay-Z's still that old dude from Brooklyn, Marcy Projects.
Yeah. Don't forget.
Like, let's just keep it 100 from the gate. Yeah, the GQ interview and all that.
New York Times. Yeah.
He from Brooklyn, y'all. He from Brooklyn. He from Marcy Projects. I agree. There's a sense in which you just got to pop out and show 110%. I do think there's a strategic, calculated move as well. And so I think both of them are true. But I think with the GQ thing, I think that, maybe he misspoke on the battling conversation, or maybe he needed to maybe clarify what he meant by that. But given what just happened at the picnic, Roots picnic and thing, he's still from Marcy, y'all. He's still from Marcy. And what they say, you can't get the you can't take the hood out of the person, the hood.
Hey, you take the person out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the person.
Yeah. That's my quick take on that.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
All right.
I feel it.
Good take, V. Good take, James. Good take, James. V,
Yo.
Talk to us. What's your take?
All right. So, as of this recording, 2 weeks ago, Mandalorian and Grogu, Star Wars movie, came out. It's the first Star Wars movie in 7 years. So, a huge deal. Made 165 to 167 million worldwide. First in the box office, but here's the thing. It performed worse than any other Star Wars movie in the Disney era.
It sounded like, I was like, 160. I was like, that sounds low.
Yeah, it is as lowest ever than in any Star Wars movie that's come out in Disney era. In the second weekend in the box office, Mandalorian and Grogu fell 70% from first place to third place, right? Which is crazy for a Star Wars movie compared at least what Star Wars movies have done in the past. It lost to a pair of low-budget horror movies. So there's a movie called Obsession, was made for $1 million, made $26.4 million in its opening weekend.
Wow.
It's still making money. Another movie that came out recently, Backrooms, same time as the Mandalorian and Grogu, filmed for $10 million, has already made $81 million.
8x. Okay.
Here's the Mandalorian and Grogu, though. They made, so far now, after 2 weeks, it's made $247 million. It needs to make $500 to $600 million to break even. They are far off pace right now. These things are complicated in terms of like, I think Disney doesn't just obviously wants good box office, but also a lot of the stuff they do now is like, does it help the theme parks? Helps with the streaming. There's sort of there's ways in which they look at those kind of numbers. That being said, it's the first Star Wars movie in 7 years. Star Wars is a multi-billion-dollar franchise. Like studios, companies, they look for things that basically print money for you, right? And so way back when Michael Jackson bought the Beatles catalog, why did he do that? Because he knows that just prints money. Like you just there's certain entities out there to own them. It just it just gives you money. And Star Wars is one of those kind of franchises that like every studio or company out there wants to have something like this. And traditionally, it has been. It doesn't matter almost what you do. It produces money for you. And so it's crazy that this has happened with this movie, but it's part of something that has been seeing that's happening with Star Wars, but maybe even more broadly, that a lot of this is happening with Marvel right now, where a lot of the things that they're producing aren't really making money, aren't being received as well. And it just made me sort of think, I mean, I'm a Star Wars fan, so like, of course I went to see it, and I'm always going to sort of see Star Wars stuff, but I was struck after seeing it. It just sort of gave me words towards something I've been noticing in general, which is it was a good movie, but so much of that movie was CGI, puppets. And that's always been part of movies, but there was like the majority of the movie, everything on screen was CGI or puppets, right? And the one human there is in a helmet, right? And so it was high quality CGI and puppetry, right? But
it's harder to connect to, probably not as much like character development. Like I can see how that's a little bit. Now, my question to that would have been like how, like what was the plot? It sounded like the plot wasn't quite there, or again the same kind of like endearment that you get connecting with characters and the deep sort of character development that you typically get in things like Star Wars movies.
Well,
Yeah,
that's sure. I mean, I would say, I don't want to get too far into Star Wars stuff, but like, some of the prequel movies when George Lucas was running it were have been considered not the greatest movies, but they were creative, right? They were trying to do something. They're trying to
like
tell
innovative,
a story. Innovative, exactly.
Yeah.
They're trying to do something. Here we have. And I think it just sort of made me sort of the take I have on this is that I wonder. Again, I'm contrasting this with how poorly this Star Wars movie is doing with all the money behind it, right? Think about like Disney is able to just throws tons of money at this kind of thing, right? While meanwhile you have first-time directors producing these like low-budget horror movies that are made tons of money already. I'm sort of contrasting the two. So I just want to suggest that I wonder if maybe already we're seeing people respond to content, to creativity that feels human, that connects at a human level, even if it looks cheap, right? That I wonder if we've already passed a point where and I think, technology and AI is still going to produce a lot of stuff for us, for people to consume. People already call it AI slop, but I don't think it's going away. And in some ways it will get better. But I think we already have this sense of like, if this is kind of stuff I can just see scrolling on my Instagram or whatever, like, do I need to see it? I can just see it. Like,
pay this much money to go see it.
Exactly. And
screen,
that the things that people will actually spend their time and energy towards and pay money towards are the things that like feel human, that remind you of what it means to be human. And I just wonder if maybe it helps us sort of, I'm speaking of this as a fan of Star Wars, but also I'm a pastor, right? And so just a reminder of how important it is to create spaces that emphasize our humanity, right? And to encourage art that feels that way. That I do think it's already going to happen. There's going to be music out there, films out there that will do well, and then we realize, it was all AI generated.
That's already happening.
Yeah, there's AI artists.
Okay,
there's country music. There are people who are
you're
like,
right.
There's a thing right now. There's like something about being like going to Puerto Rico that a guy has. It's all AI generated. The music itself, the words, are like most of the words are AI generated. If like not 90% of.
So it's already happened. Yeah,
it's already viral. It's a big viral song. It's already
so like that's going to happen, and yet I do wonder if there's sort of this counter swell against that of like the value of knowing that like this is already happening in some movies. At the end of some of the movies I've seen, or TV shows even I've seen, it will say this was created by humans, right? The sense that like, those kind of those movies, these low budget horror movies that came out. You see I'm not a big horror person. I've just seen the trailers of them, but yeah, you can tell they're low budget, but like they feel very real, and you can sort of you see what's happening there, and I can see how the way it was filmed and the way the story is told, trying to sort of tell a very human story, and help you connect with that story in a way that here's a multi-billion-dollar franchise that has all this money, and they threw a lot behind it, but it wasn't able to do that because I think some of the ways in which they're using the technology went against that. So.
Yeah, I think it makes a ton of sense because every time a new like AI model comes out, they're showing how easy it is to create realistic like fantasy.
Yeah.
So then when you have Marvel and Star Wars and doing the same thing, it's like, I can one shot prompt that, in the newest AI model that just came out. Like, again, I think story is going to be story is a thing that's uniquely human. And I think that's what people connect to. And that's why I was going back to that like idea of what was the storyline? Yeah. And if the story, the depth of the story, if you get to the thing that makes the Mandalorian as human as he is, right? And if it doesn't do that, it's just like, guy in a helmet with this alien puppet thing with a bunch of like, computer generated, that's stuff that looks high quality. It's just like, I just don't think, I think people are very exhausted by, just it being in your face all the time. But then two, if they don't if they don't sort of battle that by having, again, the depth of character and human development in amongst all of that, so that you have this juxtaposition of innovative like creativity, or innovative creative work, then I think that might be what's behind. So like the undercurrent.
So for the sake of argument, I'll just sort of argue pretend I'm arguing something opposite. Sure. I wonder if maybe, could I be wrong? Maybe that the problem wasn't the AI and the CGI. It wasn't, the story wasn't good enough. That like perhaps if the characters that were used told better story, felt more real. And there's examples of AI characters. Well, no, actually, that's not a good example of one. I was thinking of Lord of the Rings, but no, that was motion capture. So, I wonder if maybe like, is that it? Is it that you have sort of these characters that are in the movies, and just we could still. The problem isn't the CGI; it's the story.
My question would be, because the series that released was huge. Yeah, like people love The Mandalorian. Yeah, but a series.
Well, that's what's interesting. The first season is considered the best season, and then
it falls off.
It falls off, and it fell off as they added more characters, and it felt like they were doing more fan service. And it was very. I mean, this is another sort of takeoff of this is you're watching Disney take less risks, right? And so they so in Star Wars, people familiar with Star Wars, like the original trilogy is considered like sacred canon. And so it's almost like they can't help themselves. Any chance they get to reference that. So in The Mandalorian, by like season 2 or 3, they got Luke Skywalker in there, right? And before, the season 1 was like, this is great. It's not about Luke Skywalker or any of those people. It's its own story, and that's what made it really interesting. But nostalgia is powerful, and very quickly they bring those things in. And yeah, it brought attention, but arguably it made the story worse. It became this other sort of thing, right? And so it does make you sort of think about like, there's one series that Disney has produced in the Star Wars universe called Andor. Amazing series, right? Critically acclaimed. And what really stands out about it is it just looks, it's different than anything else they've done. Not CGI, right? Primarily practical effects. And it's a story, really. It's a very political story. It's set in the Star Wars universe, but actually it feels like a story of our time, like an authoritarian government that's trying to like manipulate propaganda and make you think that everything is okay when in fact it's not. People being arrested and put in detention centers. I mean, it's pretty wild.
But that's the, right? that's the argument that I'm trying.
What's funny though is like, so Andor has done really, really well, but you almost like, I don't see them ever doing something like that again, right? It's
again, that's where I would say the problem is. And I think you get back to the stories that make us uniquely human. And I think that's the thing that people are, you tell a story about what people are actually experiencing, like real human experience, when people walk outside or they're watching the news or gas prices are going up or it's harder to like connect with people or they feel more isolated, and then you tell a story like that set in like fantasy, then it's like, okay, I'm seeing all this makeup and these weird characters, but I connect because they're going through the same shared experience. That's always going to be uniquely human, regardless of what AI you try to generate. AI doesn't have the same lived experience. AI doesn't have shared experience. Yeah. Right. And people, and again, that's the sort of uniquely human thing. There's this idea called mirroring neurons. Like, so if you've ever like been to a show and there's somebody's like bombing on stage and it's embarrassing and you feel the embarrassing, that's mirroring that's happening. I think it happens when we're watching anything. So like you watch TV and it gets to this like really sentimental thing and a dad's about to lose his daughter, or, remember John Q and like his son is about, and you feel that, which is why people are going to these movies and they're crying at these movies or like whatever we mirror all the time. And it's a uniquely human thing that happens inside of our bodies. And again, you can't get that through unless you tell the right story, unless you create the kind of conditions that make us sort of remember like what makes us uniquely human. And I think if they did this sort of like Mandalorian plus Grogu thing as just as a money play, then they're seeing their fruits of their labor.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like a long TV episode, really, and
they got lazy.
Yeah, and so
what it sounds like.
Yeah.
My take on it is I ain't never seen no Star Wars. I never seen none of that stuff. I grew up in the hood. We ain't watch Star Wars. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of take is that? So people in the hood don't watch Star Wars?
They don't.
That's a lie.
That's just not true. That's just not true.
They don't.
You didn't.
No. I know a lot of people that just don't watch Star Wars.
There's a lot more hoods in Philly, bro.
There's a lot, bro. I'm telling you, bro. If you in the chat, you from Philly, let us know if you watch Star Wars.
Well, you should prove my point. Like, I'm just saying, like, There's a lot of hoods, not just in Philly, all around the country.
Detroit, Atlanta.
Hey,
Star
you know
Wars
what?
is like, it's like free TV. Like, it's not like you have to like pay to watch it at this point. Like, it's everywhere. I mean, it's not to say like,
I'm talking
to
about
say-
like when it came out and stuff. Like no one.
not what? So you were born in 1977?
Is that when it came out?
Yes, it's been out for for decades.
I'm just saying I've never seen it.
Yeah, I
haven't
didn't.
seen it.
I only saw it like
We're going on 50 years now.
Yeah, it's 50 years, and so
That's a
like
long
it's
time.
the kind
bro,
of thing.
man,
Where,
shout out to Star Wars. I'm just saying I can't.
Which is, again, that's fair.
Yeah.
I producer Christy, if you could put out the edit so that this goes on TikTok or whatever, I want to see the comments. I want to see if there's.
I want to. Yeah, I really. But you got to
know,
be from the hood though.
So
not
y'all from
the
Philly.
suburbs.
Y'all from Philly.
No,
That's fair.
No,
That's
I'm
fair.
from the like
Yeah,
from the
yeah,
hood.
yeah. No, I
you know
feel
what
you.
I'm
I feel you.
Yeah.
So if you from Philly and you grew up in the hood, projects, whatever. You
Not
know,
Paradise Valley, not
where you-
Scottsdale.
Yeah. Put where you from, you know, and then say, you know,
did you see Star Wars?
list your favorite
Yeah.
Star Wars movie. That's what we need.
I want to see that.
Were you into Star Wars? Yeah.
And if you get this on YouTube, you've seen the whole episode. Like, just drop in the comments.
And shout out to everybody that watch Star Wars. I don't want no beef with no Star Wars people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no smoke with fun. I'm just saying, I ain't watching. I didn't grow up watching it. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Have you watched it since?
No.
Okay.
I need to watch it though, because you told me I should watch it like years ago.
John,
and I
you
just
shepherd
haven't-
you
I just
shepherd
haven't
people
listened.
who watch Star Wars, so you should be watching Star Wars.
I should. You're right.
Just on that.
Tell me
alone.
where to
All
start.
things to all people.
That's
Should
that
I,
was
should
in
I
my
start with
head.
the first one, or where should I start?
Start with episode 4. That's the original.
All right, I'm gonna.
You should make that a project. It's just
Yeah,
you
all
know,
right. Well, I'll
this
invite you
summer.
over.
This summer I'll watch.
I'll invite you over.
All right, please.
bro. The illustrations for your sermons that will come from watching Star
Be
Wars.
better. Star Wars will help preaching.
It's all about helping
Is that
preaching.
another take? That's
That,
like,
that might be.
that might be another
that
take.
The Star Wars help your preaching. That's a good.
I mean, again, if you read
I
Lord of
haven't
the
seen
Rings
Lord
or
of the
Chronicles
Rings
of
either.
Narnia,
That's another one I haven't seen either.
See, I think it's more about like you don't into that kind of genre stuff than like
yeah, fantasy.
I want. Maybe I want to. I want to be a part.
You
of
watch
the-
the Marvel
hey,
movies.
I want to be. I want to be part of the cool.
You watch any of the Marvel movies?
Not really.
See, this is
It's a
see,
thing.
This is a thing.
But I will say,
It's just not the thing you're into.
I will say this. I did not grow up watching Star Wars either. I didn't start watching Star Wars. I didn't watch Star Wars until way later.
So we got two on the same pod. Two.
No,
the other part, the other co-hosts.
But
V just said you know.
but I have
This is like-
but I have watched it since.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's because more so like understanding that people do watch it. So for me, it's more of a cultural exercise.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up a fan. Like I'm not a fan.
I mean,
of Star
culturally,
Wars.
you can't deny its impact.
Yeah, and that's
Oh
why
yeah, I agree with you on
that's why I watch it. 'Cause
I
I'm
mean,
like,
like during the 80s, Ronald Reagan called his defense system the Star Wars system, right? I mean, it was.
that. Well,
it-
Ronald Reagan, we don't really, you know.
I'm just saying, my point being the language, like you're talking about this,
No, that's fair. I see what you're saying. The cultural impact. I'm with you on that.
There's certain
is
things that,
the,
like, cross over.
I'm your father. That's that
yeah,
one, right?
Luke, I'm your father.
Yeah. So I even know that.
spoiler alert.
For those who haven't seen it, but sure. This isn't highly viewed yet, so
Yes.
it's probably not that big of a spoiler alert. And
I know, I'm totally joking. At this
Yeah,
point,
it's
if you
don't know that,
yeah, that's like common culture. That's common in culture.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
about Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. But
All right, John, what you got?
but back then it was shocking.
It was. It's a big deal.
My take is this. First of all, I was going to
Oh,
say,
boy.
like, I am not a prophet or a son of a prophet.
Oh, boy.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. We gonna be late,
But
we can cut this one short.
but
Oh my gosh.
Victor Wembanyama. My hot take
Okay,
is
stop.
Victor.
Stop.
Okay.
Wembenyama.
Wemby.
Wemby.
And explain. Not everyone. Just like you didn't know Star Wars. Not everyone knows the NBA.
This is true.
So who
So
is that?
National Basketball Association, Victor, we call him Wemby, you know what I'm saying?
Victor Wembanyama.
We all know LeBron James. So my take is Wemby, he's in his third season. He plays for the San Antonio Spurs, 7'4", massive from
7'5".
France. He's amazing, 7'5", pardon me.
They call him the alien.
My take is he will have a better career than LeBron James when it's all said and done.
Oh, brother.
That is my hot take. Wemby he will go down on the court. He will go down as a better player than LeBron James.
You got to
when it's all
explain
said and
yourself.
done.
You got to say why.
This is ridiculous. But go ahead.
No, I'm saying
you have to
this is not
explain why.
ridiculous.
I'm
Ramon.
getting heated.
This is not ridiculous.
No,
First,
yeah.
Are you a LeBron fan?
I'm a LeBron fan. Yes.
I'm a
Oh,
LeBron
I
fan
didn't-
too.
I
Shout out to
didn't know
LeBron. I love LeBron.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to say
This is
is
not about me just being a LeBron fan.
I got a
It's-
video I'm working on that that's
This is
more
about
like
John and
an
like the
argument.
ridiculous
An
Bro,
argument
he's
for why-
like, listen, bro.
No.
He's
Make your take, bro.
He is 7'4". The wingspan is crazy. He's the alien. He can shoot from half court. Listen, in his first 3 seasons, I mean, if you want to do a side by side comparison, let me clarify this and say this: he has to, if he stays healthy, if he plays 20,
that's a very big.
if he plays 20 years, he's gonna be better. He won Rookie of the Year, unanimous. I mean, his average right now in the first 3 seasons: 24 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3.5 blocks. He did I say already? So they both had the same All-Star selections from year 3. He's already a better defensive player than LeBron James right now. He won Defensive Player of the Year already. LeBron's never won a Defensive Player of the Year. Never.
Okay.
Right? So LeBron does have 4 championships. He has 4 MVPs. He didn't win until year 6, just so you know. But he also did not make the finals until year 4, if I'm not mistaken, for LeBron.
When he got to Miami.
Wemby is already in the finals in his year 3.
Are you saying Wemby is better than Jordan?
We're talking about LeBron right
No,
now.
I'm just saying, you're using that same argument.
Well, Jordan didn't make it until year 7.
Yeah.
So LeBron didn't make it to year 7, just so you know. But year 3, Wemby's already there, and I'm going to already predict that
He's got a good chance. He got a good chance of winning.
I'm going to say
Against my Knicks?
he's going to. They're beating the
Your
Knicks.
Knicks?
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. That's not okay.
That's not
okay.
I'm from New York.
You are a Brooklyn Nets
Oh,
fan.
stop.
No. You are a Brooklyn.
All New York. New York versus everybody.
You from New Jersey?
Bro,
You're from New Jersey.
I was born in Brooklyn.
James, he does this little.
I root for all New York, New Jersey stuff.
No.
I'm consistent with that.
He's like, I vote for the tri-state.
You said
Yes.
No,
I do. What's wrong with that?
So you're a Giants fan too?
I'm a Jets fan. I picked one. I'm not saying
No.
I root for
I'm gonna
Jets,
stop you right there. Let me stop you right there.
Yankees,
No,
Knicks,
Stop.
Nets, Rangers, Devils.
In basketball, there's the Nets and the Knicks, right? In football, there's the Giants and the Jets. Why are you both Nets and Knicks when it comes to basketball, but when it comes to football, you're just Jets?
Let's get back to your take, all right? All right. I mean, that's a separate conversation.
Got him.
Before
Got him.
Hey, Christy, put in that meme. put in that meme where he be like, got him. Just slide that in the reel.
Got him. Going back to Wemby.
I need you to finish so that I can take you apart here. So go ahead.
I mean, bro, come on, bro. Dog. What else you want to know?
Okay, so are you done?
I think it's too early.
Are you done? Yeah. This is what I'm gonna say.
I said when his career is said and done.
I'm
banking on 3 years, bro.
I know, but you got.
I just want to say something.
You got to put a lot.
LeBron wasn't unanimous.
This is what John
Rookie of the
does.
Year
All right.
player.
This is what John does. All right.
What'd I do?
First of all, he doesn't like LeBron. So that's
I love
one.
LeBron.
I don't. That's one. No, number 2. John's always about the vibes, right? He just he's always like, I like how this guy feels. Like he's the best. He's great. No one better. And this guy, Wemby just is getting started, right? He's 30 years. Here's the thing.
He's 22 years old.
Here's the thing. I
22
want to
years
remind you something. People said the same thing about Shaquille O'Neal when he came to the league because Shaquille was dominant in similar ways than Wemby. Huge. You couldn't stop him. What are we going to do to stop this guy? You pass it into him. He's dunks on everyone. Now his career's done. You realize eventually people realized okay, here's what we do. You hack him. There's other things that you do. People began to. I mean, you're still dominant, but no one's acting as if Shaquille's one of the best ever. But no one's saying oh, he is above LeBron or those kind of people, right? No one's saying that because
Skip Bayless puts, if I'm not mistaken,
you did not mention Skip Bayless.
Skip Bayless puts Shaq as
you did
top
not
5 in his all time.
Well, I'm saying he's great, but no one's here saying he's better than LeBron. My point being,
Shaq couldn't hit free throws, bro. Wemby can.
That's my point, though. We don't know all of his weaknesses yet. It is only year 3, and you're already prepared to anoint the brother. I mean, he's great.
He's already anointed. God already anointed him. God already anointed him, Reverend.
That's a take.
What do you mean? He's 7'5". Can shoot from half court. What?
So can LeBron.
LeBron can't shoot like Wemby from half court.
Nah,
I
will say,
look at
I
LeBron.
love LeBron. I'm just telling you.
I'm just saying, you're so quick to look at LeBron's entire career. Wemby's only done 3 years, and you're so quick to
That's why it's a
toss it
hot
aside.
take. That's what I said.
I know it's a hot take, and it's wrong. I'm just telling you.
I will.
Like,
Let me provide.
this is so John.
I love it.
He's going to win.
I love
He's
to
going to
see
win
it.
MVP.
So John.
He's
I love
going to win
it. I love
MVP. He already won Western Conference Finals MVP already. He's going to beat your quote unquote Knicks.
Yeah.
He's going to
Let's
beat
go
them.
Knicks.
He's
Hey,
going to win
Knicks-
MVP there.
Knicks have-
in year 3 in 22. He's 22.
I think Knicks can
I
get.
think it's gonna be great.
Knicks could get 1. They could get 2. There's a risk they could get swept.
Spurs in
they
5.
They could.
Spurs in 5.
They have not
Hold on.
lost in like
Hot
2
Shannon-
months.
Hey, no, hold on.
Hot
The
Shannon-
Knicks-
Hot Shannon Sharp.
Spurs-
Spurs in 5.
The Knicks are great.
Knicks in 7.
Knicks are great. Like maybe Knicks. I mean, again, like it's possible. Like if there's an over under and like, but I think Vegas. Like I would go Knicks in 7 from the beginning just to see if you win a bunch of money, but I think that's gonna be like low. I think I think Spurs are favorites to win. I think they're favorites to win well before 7. There's a chance they could sweep. That is.
That'd be disrespectful.
It is
the
disrespectful,
Knicks.
but I'm just saying
That's disrespectful to Mike Brown. That's disrespectful to Brunson.
I'm saying it could happen. It could happen. Likely.
You trying to say you think Cat's going to stop Wemby?
They got
Cat?
they
Are
got
you
more
serious?
people than Cat.
You Cat.
They got
That's
more
a
people
guy?
than Cat.
Here's the thing on
Against
Wemby.
Wemby?
Hey, hold on.
Wemby does not play
Here's the
in
thing-
the post.
here's
all
the-
the,
here's
the
the-
whole
here's the
game.
thing on Wemby.
He tends to play on the outside. There's ways that I mean, look,
You know what? This is true. I'll give New York 2 games because what OKC did, I think they
Yes.
exposed some things about Wemby that
Exactly.
I
I
think.
go Spurs in 6.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Spurs in 6 is,
But it's possible
Is
five.
likely.
People act as if Wemby's game is like he's just underneath the basket the whole time dunking. Like if you watch the games, he doesn't do that because actually it's really tiring to do that. That kind of post game sort of like I'm going to grind it out underneath the basket that they used to do
Tough.
in the 80s and 90s. It's
Tough.
tough to do that whole game.
And
So he
Wemby
does,
That's fair.
Wemby is susceptible to injury.
Yes.
Right. And this is why I think the take is
and foul
is-
trouble.
Yeah, I think this is why the take is too early, is because one, I don't think just Wemby's not going to last 23 years. I think that's a very, 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 very like miraculous expectation.
Yeah, we said the
If for whatever he does last 23 years, I still don't think that he puts up what LeBron did. I think LeBron's.
I disagree.
I think
The first 3 seasons.
No, I think
If
it's
there's
fair.
if there's any indication I disagree.
First
fair.
3 seasons.
That's fair.
Look
Here's
at
the
Dwayne
thing.
Wade's first 3 seasons. Look at Grant Hill's
But
first
again,
3
here's
seasons.
the thing. This is.
I mean,
I said if.
it's like the stock
If he
market.
lasts
Hey,
20 years.
It's
no,
like
you're look, you
Look,
anointed him already.
But look, it's like the
God
stock.
anointed
It's
him.
like the stock market. I think Wemby has popped. It's like an IPO, right? When like a company is private and they initially come to the public market. So like SpaceX is like filing for initial public offering. They about to come out, be worth $1 trillion. That has never happened before in the history of the stock market, in the history of the economy, right? I feel like that's Wemby. You get this like.
But we don't know yet.
You get this unique character. He's in the league. He's doing all this stuff. He pops. He might win this year, which will be crazy. And it's gonna be like, man, he's the greatest player that's historically done this. And people are gonna do this, that thing, and all that.
And I like him, to be clear.
But
You don't act like you like him.
this is what I'm saying. Because of the injury risk, again, he's 7'5".
Yeah, it's 25
Yeah.
points
And he's thin.
this year.
Again, he's
Thin, muscular, but
being
thin.
7'5". I think the injury risk is real
Yeah.
for 23 years. Right? I think what you might have to do is compress it and do the statistician thing and like, okay, what Wemby has done in a certain period of time, if you extrapolate that over a long period of time, you can make the argument that he was greater than said basketball player. I just think to say, again, it's a fair take because there's so much information out there. So you're just like, this is like John being a futurist and being like, if
A bad one.
Wemby in all these conditions happen in just this way, there is a likelihood or a chance or a probability or possibility
He
that
will be better than LeBron.
Wemby
Yeah,
will be considered better than LeBron.
Yeah.
And like you could go, okay, and just like
Well, yeah.
float it out
What
there.
you did some nuance. Some
know,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
But that's not what John did here.
but that's what futurists do.
No, he's a listen.
Futurists look at you don't know it. You just
LeBron,
go, if these conditions are met,
Ramon,
this is what will happen.
you got to put some respect on Wemby's name. I know that you don't. I don't know what you got to get.
I
What
don't
do
have
you got?
anything. I
You got
was
something
rooting-
against France?
I
Like,
was
what,
rooting-
what's the problem?
Well, I mean, France did some stuff to Haiti that I don't like. So, but
France,
that's what it is.
Hey,
That's what it is.
France.
that's
Hey,
separate.
on that note, France does deserve some heat for
That's
that.
fair.
So like,
That's
yeah,
fair.
it is okay to have
They
some
owe a
things
lot
against
of money
France
to
for
Haiti.
some of the
Let's
things
put it
they've
that
done.
way. But
They owe a lot of money to a lot of people.
Yeah,
so
that's
we
true.
ain't gonna talk about
a lot of these colonizers just did.
That's
Niger, Cameroon, like.
But well, I was
And
rooting for the Spurs, over
He's in
KC.
a great organization.
I
That's
was
why-
rooting for them over AKC, over Oklahoma City. So like, I'm happy for him. But like, you're willing to like march in the parade already. I mean, have you started your fan club site yet?
You
I
moving
mean,
to San Antonio?
I like Phoenix. I'm just. I just.
have you
when
started writing him letters? I mean, what?
As I look at it, I just don't. I mean,
You got his jersey?
No, I don't got his jersey.
Not yet.
Not yet. I might get it. We should bring jerseys back, by the way. Remember back in the day with the jerseys, the throwback joints,
Yeah, I do.
the authentic joints.
Mitchell and Ness.
Mitchell, yeah, they was stationed in headquarters in Philly, by the way.
Interesting.
Mitchell does, yeah. When I was in middle school, I wrote them. Like, we had this project that we had to do, and I wrote them, and they wrote me back, and they gave me like a free headband. So,
Dope.
Oh wow, that's cool.
yeah, it was cool. Back to Wemby, because here's what I'll say. Here's what I say. Okay. 20 years from now, I will see that I'm right. But Wemby will be better than LeBron on the court. But I think LeBron's cultural impact, Wemby won't be able to succeed. LeBron.
Here's what I would say. There is, and maybe this is sort of the funny thing about, these prediction markets. You could put money on it.
Sure.
So if you really think that's the case, Poly Market, Kalshi, you can put some money on it. And again, over 20 years, I mean, you'll be up. Long term.
He's saying put his money where his mouth is.
That's why they exist. They're like, oh, this is what you think? You can make money on that. If you really think that Wemby is going to have that kind of career, you could put money on it.
Yeah. I stand by it.
This is not sponsored. No, this is financial
right.
advice. So
Yes.
do not at me. Do not come at me. Do your own research.
We're not encouraging gambling.
We are not encouraging any sort of gambling or any of that sort.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying,
Just hypothetically.
if you did hypothetically possibly want to try to
Allegedly.
see if likelihood maybe that might be the case, that Wemby, if the right conditions are in place to do the thing,
Yeah.
you could put money on it.
I might think about it.
And there we have it.
There we have it.
Man, this was good, man. We had some crazy hot takes.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did. I think we agreed on the other two, but you came in hot.
Well, listen, man, this has been a dope conversation. We still trying to figure out what to call this thing. So let us know.
Hey, if you got ideas, leave them in the
if you
comments.
got any ideas. I think we don't know what to call it. That's the podcast. I like that. We don't know what to call it. So, But listen, we love to get your hot takes as well. And so, as we always say, love God, love people. You're out. Peace.